Wow. Wow. Oh. Oh. Come on. Oh. Oh. God damn. Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I thought we would talk about day 2 of the event. I didn't cover day 1 because I was pretty busy with other stuff, but I'll cover it now as we go through it. Usually when it comes to these crafting events, I like to do kind of updates on how it's going. The reason for this is because it's nice to kind of know what's going on and also what stage different people are at. Right now, when it comes to day 2, I've completed everything when it comes to the overpowered stuff. So you can see here, I got 75,000 on the first day and 75,000 on the second day. This is actually the first time that I've completed the first day fully since probably the IS7 event. And the reason for this is basically because it was a 12-hour period instead, a 24-hour period instead of a 12-hour period. What used to happen was the general ideas or the general looks at things. The first day would be 12 hours, so the last day, so it was always a little bit harder to do. But this time, the first day was 24 hours, so it was a lot easier to fit everything in. Each day took me about 8 hours to do, so we are technically 2 out of 10 done. And what is also kind of interesting is I could do it a lot more efficiently if I wanted to, but instead I'm kind of using it just to play alongside. We have the Twitch drops going on right now, so I'm kind of just playing as I'm going and getting different things done. And I've got to say, it has been going pretty well. What is odd though, is I'm actually getting more crates than I should be getting. And I know I've opened them all, but you can see by my pieces of tape. So at this point, I should have 10 pieces of tape, but technically I have 12. So I have the roll of tape, which includes 10 pieces of tape and then 2 extra, when that shouldn't be happening. So it seems like there is a way of being able to get more pieces than you actually should. So it's very odd at the end of it. And what I'm doing now is kind of just going through it. I do actually have enough, or at least I should have enough right now, to be able to put together a full PO2. But what is kind of interesting with it is the fact that there is like kind of a mini event which you can play if you complete your first PO2, and you can actually get a decal from it, which is kind of nice. So there's a lot of like little extra factors they're putting into this thing. Right now, when it comes to how the event's going, I think it's actually going better than previous ones. The reason for it is because of the change to mission score. Now, for me, I don't like the fact that pretty much every event has just become mission score based, whether it's Pages of History, Legends of History, general summer operation, winter operation, all of that. But I think it fits this event a lot better because it means that you can either do, you can either do what you did before, which is play normally, or you can grind hard and get it done quicker, which was one of the issues that a lot of people had. When it came to summer events and winter events, I would prefer them to be challenge events still, but for this event, I think mission score actually fits a lot nicer in general, and means that the game is a lot more open to people playing different ways and also enjoying kind of what they're doing and pushing forward with that. I was also able to do the Pages of History event today. It was a little bit harder to do because the vast majority of the vehicles in this Pages of History were actually rank 2. So what I had to do was run a 3-7 lineup, I think it was. And yeah, I ran a 3-7 lineup and then threw in the ZIS 43 because this thing is 2.7 BR, but it's also rank 3. So as long as I spawned in this thing, I got the Pages of History done, and I also got the thing done for the overall PO2 thing, which was quite nice. I also worked a little bit on this decal. I will be doing a video tomorrow on the authentic decals. They did release, by the way, so if you want to actually have a look at them, you can do. They're all right here, but that's another thing that's kind of on the menu. As usual, when it comes to War Thunder, there's like 4 or 5 things going on at once right now, so it's a little bit confusing. I was also able to spade the STRF 9040B This thing is super fun. If you haven't played this thing, highly recommend it. The 9040B, 9040C, the Bill, all of these types of vehicles are really fun in the Swedish tech tree. And by spading it, I nearly got myself the PBV 302 Bill, which I'm not looking forward to spading because it doesn't have scouting, because Satan exists. I don't even understand. Why not give this thing scouting? Like, for the love of God, please, just give it scouting. Also, give this thing scouting, so it's a little bit more useful. I don't know why they're so aggressive or so adjacent to the idea of giving these missile launchers scouting. So finished that one off, and also respaded a bunch of my vehicles for the Soviets. So got the Su-7s done and started kind of grinding out the MiG-19. Now, the reason why I missed the MiG-19 and moved on to other things, such as like the MiG-21 SMT, is because I'd already ground out the MiG-19 PT in the Chinese tree, the J6A. You can see here I just have the EFS left on it. So I didn't really want to play it again at the time, and I still don't really want to play it again. This thing's at a really bad BR. It's in a really rough place right now, mainly because basically every match that you get into in this thing is a 9-3 to 10-3 game. Because 10-3 is super strong right now, 10-0 is also super strong, and you mainly face America, which, if you haven't realized, has a very strong 10-3, 10-0, 9-7. At 10-3, you have the F5C. At 9-7, you have the A10A and the AV8A. And then at 10-0, you have the F4C, the F104C, and the F104A. These are the only vehicles you see. You also sometimes see the FAE. This thing is actually really good if it's actually ground out. A lot of people don't grind it out, but it is in a super nice place once you do. And yeah, so you never see anything that's your BR. What you'll have is you'll have a MiG-19 PT alongside a bunch of Su-25s, and then alongside a few, maybe a MiG, maybe you have like one MiG-21, and then the whole enemy team is F5Cs, F4Cs, and F104s, and AV8Cs and A10As. And you basically just cry, because there is no matchup which you're good against, apart from maybe the Harrier and the Phantom, but you can't engage them without getting annihilated by F5s. So it's in a really rough place. I ended up researching, though, the good old Su25. And the reason why I'm playing this right now, so I'm probably going to be playing this for the next few days, is there's something really cool with the Su25. First of all, there's a decal attached to it. So if you get like 100 kills, you can get a cool decal. And then also, they're doing this thing where they're adding a loading screen for it. So if you play 100 battles in it with 70% activity, you get this really cool loading screen. And I really like the fact that they've added this in. This change kind of got overlooked by a lot of people. They actually did it last update as well with the F14. So if you played 100 missions in the F14, you got this this loading screen. And now with the Su25, they're doing the same thing. So it looks like they're going to continue to do this idea going forward, and I'm like completely fine with it. I think it's really cool, and it's something to like drive towards as you're like doing different stuff. My opinion so far on the Su25 is a bit mixed because I've been using it as an air-to-air machine. I haven't been using it for anything else. So you can see 43 air kills, 12 deaths, 68% win rate, so pretty good stats overall. I've been running it in this configuration. But before, I was not running the gun pods. I just unlocked them now. So I've just been running the gun and then the R60s. I don't have the R60Ms yet, so I'm sure it'll get better. The countermeasures are super nice on it. You can basically just go into battle and just pop them constantly, so nothing can hit you with missiles. I've had a few issues where certain missiles have just gone through my flares, which is really odd. It loses a ton of speed in the turn, but also it has like 3 good turns on it, and then you get eaten. So if you can survive long enough against something like an F5 for an ally to come in, then you can do okay. If you don't get engaged upon straight away, then you can use the R60s and get 1 or 2 kills, and then you can follow up with guns. And it just feels really nice. The main issue with this thing, though, is it will not shut up about it going at its max speed and how it's about to rip. It's really bloody annoying. I've had this thing going at 790 kilometers an hour, and it just keeps bothering me about how it's going to break apart. Now, this thing breaks apart at around 1,000 kilometers an hour, right? If you're going in a straight line. If you pull hard at about 950, it will break apart. But apart from that, it should not tell you that you're going your max speed. I'm sick of listening to the RWR, and also the other thing tell me I'm going too fast, when I have full control of the vehicle and I can turn this thing at 10 Gs without any issues. It's super annoying, and I really hope that they fix it, because it's very annoying. But we're probably going to be playing this over the next few days, having a bit of fun with it, seeing what goes on with it. But so far, this event has been going really good. I'm very positive about how much I've done in this event. It sucks that I'm not doing the enlisted stuff. That really is annoying, but at the end of the day, what you're gonna do? You know, priorities have to be sorted. So as always, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Nicholas Richardson, Elove Goat, Pyman675, Winter Scientist, Merciless Reaper, Jerry Prevolt, Megadino King, Orange Tail, Teddy, John Ryman, Universe, Ambrosius McClellan, Daniel Stanton, Moxie, B. Young, Uncle Bean, Sem Arslan, Derek R., Bareen, Lafouche, and Samuel Slick for supporting the channel.